Hello, fifth graders. This is Miss Shacklet here, and today we're going to be talking about literary devices. You may have learned some of these devices last year in fourth grade, but we're just going to review them before we start on some more advanced ones next week. So let's get started. A simile is when two things are compared using like or as. Let's see some examples. When he is hungry, my dad is as mean as a bear. The two things that we're comparing here is my dad and a bear, and we're comparing these two using the word as. Next one says, her face was red like a tomato. We're comparing her face and a tomato, and instead of as, we're using like. A metaphor is a figure of speech in which things are compared by stating that one thing is another. The clouds are cotton balls in the sky. Here we're comparing the clouds and cotton balls, and we're saying that the clouds are cotton balls. He is a walking encyclopedia. He, an encyclopedia, is what we're comparing, and we're comparing them using is, so he is a walking encyclopedia. An idiom is a phrase with a sarcastic meaning. In one situation, it can have a literal meaning, and in another situation, it can have a metaphoric meaning. This can be confused with a metaphor sometimes because it can have a metaphoric meaning. But remember that a metaphor is comparing two different things. An idiom is not. So let's see some examples. Harry and Ted are in the same boat. We know that Harry and Ted aren't actually in a boat, they're just in a similar kind of situation. That test was a piece of cake. Now, I know what you're thinking. I wish I had a piece of cake for my test, but that's not the case. We are just seeing that the test is easy. Personification is when you give human qualities to animals or objects. The candle flame danced in the dark. Danced is the personification term. We know that humans are the ones that do that action. The stars winked at me. Winked is another human action that we're giving to an object. Onomatopoeia are words that are used to imitate sounds. So this is like a bee buzzing, or it's your comic book words like boom, crash, pow. Alliteration is a repetition of the first consonant sound of a word in a phrase. The terrifying tiger had terrible teeth. The T sound is what's being repeated here, so terrifying, tiger, terrible, and teeth. The sleepy sloth slumbered on the branch. The SL sound is what's being repeated here. Sleepy, sloth, slumbered. So today we talked about figurative language. And if we remember, figurative language is used to create a special effect or feeling characterized by figures of speech. Language that compares, exaggerates, or means something other than what it first appears to mean. And our figurative language that we learned today were similes, metaphors, idioms, personification, onomatopoeia, and alliteration. Thanks everyone for listening.